Let me tell you that the Fulani started terrorizing the Nigerian state very day called 1804. This was the day they started the Fulani conquest, the Fulani jihadism, and ever since then they've never set back or lay down their tools or their weapons of war. Let me tell you, the Fulanis have always been the menace, the threat against the developmental strides that Nigeria should have recorded since the 1960s. Are you aware that Nigeria would have gotten our independence even as early as 1950? It was the same northern Fulanis that said that no, that we are not ready for independence. That because the South are too educated, they are well ahead of us. Because as at then, the Igbos dominated, and then the Yorubas were also very involved in the civil service, in engineering, in education. Because as at then, we started recording professors in the West. We started recording lecturers in the East, but we do not have one single lecturer from the North. And the Fulanis, because of their own selfish interest, said that Nigeria should not gain independence, that the colonial masters must not give us independence until they then went back, our forefathers, who today I cannot call them heroes. They went back to have a negotiation with their, what's it called, Amadu Bello and Co. You know, the Sardauna, they went to have a negotiation and they told them that condition, that the only reason that that they will support Nigerian government to have independence is the Fulanis must always have an upper hand and it must be documented in the constitution. And that is how we had Sharia involved. That is how we now had that the northern region has about 19 states, while the south has less than how many? 15. The south together has less than 15. That is why in the House of Assembly, the North has the largest number because they have planned this, and it is since 1804 these are started. These are people that were not originally Nigerians. These peoples were invaders. We can see that today they've invaded the peace of the common Nigeria. They have stolen the peace of the Middle Belt. Now they are terrorizing us in the south, in the southeast. Some days ago they attacked Eyamufu. Some days ago they attacked in Ondo. Some days ago they even attacked in Auchi. Also they attack in Bokos in Plateau State. Everywhere there seems to be an unrest. And when you ask that simple question, if you type it on your Google, who is the major cause of insecurity in Nigeria, it will show you Fulani herdsmen.
Are they ordinary herdsmen or hiding under the disguise of herdsmen, but they are malicious, trained for the
Let me tell you,
same purpose?
we can no longer categorize them as Fulani herdsmen because the United States, there's an agency of the United States that do the categorization of terrorism group. It has categorized the Fulani herders or bandits as the fourth most deadliest terrorist group in the whole world. And yet we have a situation whereby a governor has come out to tell you and I that Fulanis are the one occupying the forest of the Nigerian territory to keep it safe. He was asked a question on the national TV. Bala Mohammed was asked a question that, are you telling us that all the Fulanis in West Africa are Nigerians? He said the Fulanis are global citizens. That if a Fulani man comes in Nigeria, that how would you know that he's not in Nigeria? That they are welcome. That in fact, they want the Fulanis to have the greatest success story by taking over the Nigerian states. That in their books of chronicles, that the best success story that they want to tell as a legacy was how the Fulani took over Nigeria. And let me tell you, this thing started in.
You mean a sitting governor made this
Yes.
before the public?
Let me tell you, he said that they have invited Fulanis to come. That this should be their citadel where they can sit. So what this means is that when Fulanis are rejected in Ghana, popular they come to Nigeria. This is your home. Uthman Danfodio, are you aware that Uthman Danfodio is the progenitor of Fulanis? Not only in Nigeria, progenitors of Fulanis. When he traveled all the way from Sudan down here, he dominated and he became an emperor. All right? The largest success or the largest victory that he ever had is in Nigeria. Uthman Danfodio. The largest victory Mandafodia has, who is the fathers of Fulanis, is in Nigeria. And that is why till this very day, you can see that the Fulanis are sort of stepping over us. We have not been able to stop them even over 200 years. The Hausa people are gone. No more culture. You cannot find a Seriki in Kano. What you find in the north will be Emir, 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 Emir. The Seriki are now ballers who are now confined to just maybe about 4 or 5 streets.
And unfortunately, they are the original owners of Kano State,
Of
Sokoto,
course.
Zamfara, Katsina.
What we are facing, that this threat that we are facing is a potential preoccupation of the Nigerian state. Nobody will be exempted. Whether you are Igbo man, whether you are a Yoruba person, the agenda is the preoccupation of all the bushes first. Bala Mohammed was asked, why should the Fulanis be, be occupying the bushes and the forest? He said that, but by the way, even the forest, if they are not there, nobody will be there. So why shouldn't they be there? Because they are utilizing it. He was asked, what do you mean you are utilizing the forest? Shouldn't you get an approval? He said that the Fulanis are global citizens. They don't need your permission.
Who made them global citizens? And why should they encroach over the western, southern regions without any approval? They have an expanse of land, and they claim to have the highest landmark in Nigeria. So, isn't that enough for them to occupy?
I think that who made them a global citizen or the superior citizen of Nigeria, as the case is, has been well stated and will be well proven. That without the Fulanis, we would not have gotten our independence. I think that was the first story I shared with you. The British didn't give us independence until the Fulanis agreed. I think that is clear to you now that the British made them the superiors. The British called them into a room and told them, listen, I understand you guys are not educated. You are not as educated as the South. Is that not why we have the quota system? Is that not why we have the Federal Character Commission? Is that not why we have in the past whereby they said that the South is too educated, the South has occupied all the civil service. When Amadu Bello and Tafawa Balewa, when they started their northernization campaign, they said that all the Igbos must go back, that they cannot be occupying the civil service. And meanwhile, when the Igbos were in charge, when the Yorubas were in charge, Nigeria was extremely good. It was when we started injecting their incompetence into the system, everything became so corrupt. It is because of them that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today is incarcerated unjustly. It is because of these same Fulanis. Bashir Ahmed, the former special advisor on media to Buhari, came out and said that anybody that seeks for the release of freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is an enemy of Nigeria. That tells you that Nigeria belongs to Fulani. Anything that does not suit Fulani, Nigeria will not work. When the Fulani are not satisfied with a decision that is to be taken, Fulani, Nigeria will stand still. Let us start from the pre-colonial era, the pre-independence era, then post-independence era. You look at the people that has ruled Nigeria the most, you know that it is Fulanis. Why are they not allowing Nigeria to be free? Because they are hegemonies, because they are oligarchs, because they are tyrants, because they are invaders, and because they want to fulfill that agenda that was set into motion by 1804. As at 1849, when Uthman Dan Fodio went his Waterloo in Middle Belt, when he was poisoned by the Middle Belt female warriors, then he died. That agenda has been reignited as at 2015. You can see that since 2015, the prominence, the influence of the Fulanis has been sparked.
Honestly.
No, between the period of 1999 to 2014, we never had issues of Fulanis.
Exactly. In Nigeria.
The very day Buhari came, and Buhari said that I will have the rural grazing area Ruga. He said I will have the rural grazing area, which is what Ruga. A female senator went to the Senate House and said that the Fulani man, his way of life, nobody can change it, and he has every right to rear his cattle, move his cattle across Nigeria because he's a citizen. Nobody can challenge him. They were asked, why should your cattle be encroaching people's farmland? You know what they said? They said that they are carrying out national projects. Do you understand what I mean? They said their cattle rearing is a federal government project, and they are federal government assets. I mean, ask yourself, a Sunday Jackson, who was the one that got provoked by Eda in his farm in Plateau State? They encroached his farm. He challenged them. They wanted to buy him. He fought back, and the Fulani headsman lost his life in that battle. They have condemned Sunday Jackson to death by hanging.
Somebody acting in self-defense of his inalienable
But
right to
the
life.
same judiciary will say that a Fulani bandit that was caught, let us what? Demilitarize him, let us rehabilitate him, let us reintegrate him, and maybe he can have an opportunity to become a governor. No wonder the likes of Bala and Mohammed are uttering such words from their mouth, that the Fulanis all across Africa should see Nigeria as their fatherland. Thank you very much.